This is my regular Rodcast for today. Oh man, this camera is not doing me much good here. I like to just see me while I'm doing these Rodcasts. Today, I just want to talk about education and doing well in college. It's actually a really simple thing. First of all, college isn't the same as high school. So if you're an incoming freshman, you need to understand that it's a lot harder because high schools kind of adapt to the student themselves in their neighborhoods and their communities. So their standards are going to depend on what type of student they have. When you get into college, there is no such thing. There's just these straight expectations that you have to adapt to. So often, if you're a great student in high school, you could be a terrible student in college. So you have to be ready for this a great awakening process. What I like to call disequilibrium. It's something that occurs all the time when somebody realizes that their beliefs about themselves are not equivalent to their to the evidence or the data of experience. That's Piper in the background. Piper likes it when I do these rodcasts. That's my parrot. I don't know if you can see him. Say hi, Piper. Here he is. He's like he wants to do his own Piper cast, but it's not. There's no time for that now. He'd just be calling my son all the time, calling his name. But anyway, so when you get into college, you got to expect that to happen. So you're not going to be the same person you were before. In fact, I guess there's a little fish big pond phenomena. When you were in high school and a senior, you're the big fish in a little pond. You go to college, you're the little fish in a big pond. So that kind of occurs there. So you got to be prepared for that. Second, don't focus only on academics, or don't focus only on partying, don't focus only on sport, or whatever it is that you do. Be a well-rounded person. So there'll be days when you're not doing well academically, and that could really mess up your self-esteem. So our self-esteem is like a thermometer that we have to see how healthy we are psychologically. It's not in itself anything great, but it is a thermometer. If you rely only on academics and you do poorly, oh, Piper, can you be quiet? Jeez, he won't give up. He sees that I'm online and he's fighting for his own spot. So when if you only rely on this one area, say like academics, and you do poorly on a quiz, that's going to affect your self-esteem. Self-esteem is affected by your competence beliefs. There's this old equation: self-esteem is the ratio of successes to pretension. So if you believe that you're a great academic performer or a great student, extremely intelligent, and you do poorly on some kind of assignment, that's just going to make you feel bad about yourself. It's going to reduce your self-esteem. Right, Piper? Yeah, now he doesn't want to talk when I ask him something. So it's going to make you feel bad about yourself. If, on the other hand, you have multiple areas that you're working on, like say you're an athlete, you're a student, you have a good social life, you belong to different clubs, maybe a fraternity or a sorority, you have these different areas in which you sort of perform, right? Doing poorly in one area doesn't matter as much because you may be doing great in another area, so that kind of helps maintain your self-esteem. I'll give you an example. I was out at big snow yesterday skiing, and that's an area in New York where they have this, New Jersey actually, this indoor skiing. It's only one in, as far as I know, in North America. Well, it was a terrible day. The snow was horrible, and I wasn't as excited. I like using my Carve app. This is this app that gives you feedback on your skiing, and the snow wasn't really good for it yesterday. So I didn't feel very happy with my skiing. I just wasn't happy. But because I have so many other things that I engage in, like academics, I'm writing 2 papers right now of another book that I'm going to write, and I'm thinking about that. I have my cycling. I have all these other things, cooking. I have all these other areas that the weight of not feeling, performing to my expectation in skiing yesterday didn't have such a big hold on my self-esteem, because as soon as I got home, I started cooking this really nice meal. Or this morning I cycled and broke some of my personal bests using a different app, Strava app. So having a well-rounded self will insulate you from problems in any one area. Okay, so know that. Be well-rounded, right? Be prepared for the shock you're going to get as a student when you're not what you thought you're gonna be. Listen to your professors and the syllabus. We make a joke that it's in the syllabus, right? Everything that we say as a professor is in the syllabus. So you need to know your syllabus. It's like a legal document, actually. And you can use it to fight something that your professor does wrong too. Just keep that in mind. But she or he will be using that to keep you on track. So know your syllabus and follow it. Read before, like if the topic of a certain day, like I teach statistics course, if my topic is the normal distribution, you should have read the chapter on the normal distribution before you get into class. You want to make sure you read it first so that you can ask questions. The professors are expecting that. They're expecting that you've read, so they're not going to go back and cover everything in perfect detail, although some professors do, and I tend to give a lot of detail because I know people hate statistics. Also, get to know your professor as a person, as a human being. Now, not all professors are the same. Some people don't feel the same. Farsi, huh? That would be cool. Farsi sounds awesome. Uh, Somebody just wrote, "Do you want me to teach you Farsi?" Sounds awesome. Um, Hello, Germany. Awesome. So the thing is, you have to. Your professors are people, and some of them are more likely to are more likely to uh, engage with you than others. I've had professors, and I tutor as well. I know some professors are just hard ass. Sorry to use that language. They're very hard ass, and they just want to prove their intelligence over their student, and I don't like that because this isn't about the professor. It's about the student. But a lot of students treat their professors like they're on a different level. You should engage with them. Hey, as a professor, I like it when my students engage with me. I want them to engage with me, right? I want them to talk to me. I want them to get to know me. Well, hello, Venus. Salam means hello. Okay, that's my first lesson. Thank you. Good teacher. Yeah, that's awesome. So I want them to engage with me. In fact, I was looking at my rate your professor rating from last semester, and some students said he's tough, but he likes to get to know you on a personal level. Yeah, that I do. I like to know, like, if somebody is from uh, wants to teach, speaks Farsi, I might not know that, and it's nice to know that, right? Or I had students from France because we have an exchange program at LaSalle University with students in our nutrition department, and we get these students from France every fall. And I always ask them how to say things in French that interest me, or to tell me a little bit about what they think about our food. France is the gastronomic capital of the world, right? So I mean, I like that. I like to know my students. If they're athletes, I like to, toy around with them a little bit. Like we had a lacrosse team that wasn't doing well a couple of years ago, and they actually didn't win a single game. So I'd say, hey, next year you're going to go 15-0, right? No, I'd say the refs were cheating. That's why you guys lost. So we engage in this fun back and forth all the time, and that makes teaching fun. It also relieves tension in class. But what's most important for the student is that students, if you're on your professor's side, when it comes to grading, your professors will often give you the benefit of the doubt. Like the students that talk to me a lot, I remember them when grading comes into mind. If they're on a borderline, wow, this person engaged in class, they worked hard, they took their time to get to know me. That's beautiful, right? So you want to make sure you're focusing on all these important factors when you're in school. It's not just about doing well on an exam. There's a lot to being a good college student. Let's see what else. I mentioned reading, having a good social life, join a lot of clubs. By the way, if you want to get to graduate school, you're an undergrad and you want to go to graduate school, having all this on your resume is going to make you more valuable. And also doing extracurricular activities can increase your likelihood of getting a good job. Say you don't want to go to graduate school, you just want to go to work right afterwards. Sorry for all this lighting here, but I want it to be indoors right now. It's getting hot outside, but the lighting is weird. So you want to be ready for the next step, and having all these activities on your list makes for a good, well-rounded person. People, when they're hiring, or if you're trying to get into a doctoral program, master's program, they want to see a well-rounded person. You're well rounded if you're able to engage in clubs. Like I run a ski kind of a club sport team at LaSalle, and some of our students wanted to do that, and it's not always serious. There are some serious athletes, but there's a lot of people who just want to have fun, and that looks really good later. If you say, like, I was the president of the ski club sport team at LaSalle, that all sounds good. Anyway, so that's some of my stuff for today as I'm grading papers from the end of the summer semester here. Um, Listen, you're in for a shock if you're new to college, but be prepared. They say being forewarned is being fair warned. So be forewarned. Things are going to get a lot harder than they are, and you're not going to be the center of attention if you were in high school. You're no longer the center of attention. You're just now, depending on your professor, you're just one of the other students there, right? Be smart, be proactive, but do not forget to engage in all other parts of life. The most beautiful part of college is engaging in all the activities. All right? Thank you for listening, whoever is here. Have a great day.